As social media continues to grow, so does its concern over the impact it has on teens, especially teen girls. From what they dress, to what they eat, to how they behave. Delaware State University psychology professor Ken Graham says that these media platforms often filter reality.
I've seen little girls using words and movements that they don't understand are sexual because they've seen it on TV or heard it on the radio. And I've seen middle school girls applauding risky sexual behavior because their favorite artist was singing it, and without the juxtaposition of someone saying, do you know what you're singing? Do you know what you're saying? Then they are assenting to that material. And there's a definite reality that the exposure to sexually explicit lyrics, the exposure to videos, and all the things of that nature influence our minds. They influence you, whether it's sexuality, whether it's violence, or whether it's something positive, because your brain is taking it in.
That influence, according to researchers for the Journal of Youth and Adolescence, can affect girls as young as 5 years old. Deseret News journalist Lewis Collins says that sometimes early exposure can come in the form of animation.
I think that little girls get that message very, very young, even with cartoons. It could be a rabbit and it has a voluptuous little figure. It might be wearing a short little skirt. Studies have shown, if you look at like studies out of the University of Kentucky specifically that are recent, that happened in 2020, they show that as young as age 5 or 6, girls have gotten these images that they've seen on cartoons. And we protect kids against too much sugar in cereal, for Pete's sake, but we don't protect them against the sexualization.
Collins adds, by the time children are 12 years old, they've been exposed to approximately 80,000 different media images of sexualized girls. But she warns, the impact of this exposure does not discriminate.
A girl who believes that she is her body parts instead of her intellect and her personality is more prone toward having eating disorders, depression, poor self-esteem. And boys who see these images start thinking that it's okay to be aggressive with girls and to bully girls and to demand things from girls. And if nobody puts a stop to it, then you have problems for both genders. It's not just a girl problem, but it's a lifelong problem if they don't get the message that they're worth more than that.
And those problems, according to both Graham and Collins, can be both psychological and physical.
Get shamed on social media. Something that they posted goes viral, or something that they didn't intend to get posted goes viral. Right. And then they're in the middle of something. Yeah. Or even worse, they suffer physical harm because of those situations.
But parent and mass communications professor Robert Tyler says the media wasn't always this way.
Looking back into the 50s and looking at old movies like I Love Lucy and stuff like that, where the couples didn't even sleep in the same bed, compared to now, because back then they wanted to portray a household, a clean biblical structure of a household. Pretty bad on the young kids because they think that sex is what makes it. There's one of the sayings was sex sells. It does, but is it good for your mentality?
So what can be done by society today to help the children of tomorrow?
So there needs to be more discussion and communication about what makes you who you are, what makes you beautiful, what makes you lovable, what makes you desirable, what does it mean to have character.
I think that one solution to this is to, first off, teach girls that they are more and portray girls as more than how they look, more than their makeup and their hairstyles and all those things, but to portray girls who are accomplishing things, who are intelligent and who are driven.
Driven to break down stereotypical gender boundaries and create a higher standard of societal equality norms.